I personally do believe that nature communicates with us on a sort of invisible way.
Yeah.
If you want me, yeah.
Well, nature's very healing. That's why even they encourage sometimes when people are feeling like they're feeling low in mood, like their mood's low, or they're feeling like depressed, or like anxious or whatever. Sometimes they tell people to get out into nature, go for a long walk. You know what I mean? Get out into nature, get some fresh air. Take in, go out into nature, because it is, as we all know, it is healing. It is, it's. I think the right word is therapeutic. You know, I think it's quite therapeutic. You know, so yeah, nature is quite healing, so...
I think, some people might laugh at me about that, trees are actually, because they haven't got a brain, you can chop them up, can't you, and they're just all wood, you know what I mean?
It's all wood, right?
But I think they are living things.
But it's a living thing, because it's growing and expanding and every single day.
Yeah. And the tree, I think it sees light through its leaves and all that, it sees
because
shadows.
as we know, photosynthesis, I always struggle to pronounce that one, but exactly, that's how it works, isn't it?
That's
right, the light,
But I don't think they can. I just feel that they're a little bit more intelligent than we think they are. That's all. I think they've got some kind of intelligence. I don't know what, but we should be talking about emotional intelligence, not trees.
Yeah, definitely.
And sometimes some could drift off.
We started to divert just a little bit to the right there. Yeah.
But I think trees have got pain too.
Yeah.
They've got emotional intelligence. Trees have got emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
What about that one then? Do you think trees have got emotions?
No.
Make a comment if you think the trees got emotions.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, go back to emotional intelligence though, mate. Have you got any kind of final thoughts or final kind of
What's the end of the show?
Ideas? Well, soon we're coming up to the end of the show. So, you got any kind of final thoughts or final ideas about emotional intelligence and kind of what it means, what it means to you, and what you
Well,
what you think other people can gain from their emotional intelligence?
Well, I think another thing to learn about, some people are not very nice people, right? They're a bit nasty, some people, aren't they? And they've got emotional intelligence as well, these nasty people. Some people are intelligent, but they're still nasty, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes they can use their emotional intelligence to get what they want from other people, basically.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful of that one, I think, like actors, basically.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Sad but true. Like they say, you got to look out for the snakes in the garden. You got to keep your grass cut so you can see the snakes in your garden.
And watch out for the crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look at people as different animals. Some are lions, some are,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So we all got different personalities, I think. And so I think it's all down to education. For instance, we're talking about emotional intelligence. Yeah. It'd be good if children learn all this at school. Why haven't they got philosophy at school? More. I think it's very important, philosophy. And why haven't they got history? You've got English, maths, and all that sort of stuff, but philosophy, they've left that one out, and I wonder why.
Yeah.
I question that one, because I think philosophy's more important than probably every other subject out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you can learn, for instance, emotional intelligence, it's they don't really want the children to understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
They want you to learn for yourself, if anything.
Well,
they don't even want you to learn for yourself, actually. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Right? These people, I think they've set these schools up, and they don't want these people to be.
They're not really teaching people about life.
No.
Or a deeper understanding of life from a young age, if you see what I mean.
No. No, and I think it's very disappointing, right? Very, very disappointing that people go through 16 years of school, whatever, and basically it is a load of rubbish. Apart from a little bit of reading, whatever, but basically you're being pulled away from your parents at an early age, being alienated from them. You don't realise it, right? But you're being separated from your parents
every day,
put into a constitution place, and being told what to learn basically, and they're not teaching you philosophy. And that, you know, philosophy's been around over 2,000 years, and that's what makes me wonder. Why is everyone so stupid? Because they don't teach philosophy at school. Simple. You know, and I'd say no one's evil in this school, in this world, alright? They're just dumb, or allowed to be dumb. They're allowed to be dumb.
yeah,
You know, that's what my opinion. You know, and I just think it's all down to education. You know.
yeah, education.
You know, and I don't care what country you come from, alright? You know, what language you speak, alright? I know deep down every human, alright? Not every, you know, but most humans got a lot of compassion in them. They you know, whatever. Some haven't, you know, and, well, a lot haven't, alright? And I just feel it's all down to education. You know, like there's no philosophy at school for children, or no, some parents have broken up and children are broken up, and it's just a complete mess out there. You know, and I'm just shocked, absolutely shocked that there's no philosophy. I mean, it should be an hour, 2 hours every day at school.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
You know, it's very important, you know, and if, just imagine every child knew emotional intelligence when they left school.
But that's why I think like being a parent is so important. So important. You know, you have to actively be a part of your child's life, and you know, help to, you know, mold your children and help them to grow and raise them in the right way, and hope that they adhere to all the advice and guidance and everything that you've implemented for them. You know, you've got to let them know what, like, even with me, as my son's getting older, my son's 9 years old now, right? Even now, I start telling my son what life is all about, like what is expected of him when he becomes an adult. If you see what I mean, what life is about. He's going to have to pay bills. He's going to have to find money. He's going to have rent money, or money for rent, or money for a house. He's going to have to pay bills. He's going to have to be able to afford his own shopping, his own clothes.
Tell your children the truth.
Like, you've got to learn about your credit, because all that kind of stuff is so important today. If your credit's messed up, you can't do certain things. You know, you can't get something on credit if you want to get it. Let's say some furniture or something that you can't afford to pay outright, but you can pay it in installments. You might not be able to get it because your credit's fucked up. So you've got to teach your kids about credit. Yeah, teach them about saving their money and investing their money. Yeah. And teach them about what the real world is really about, and what the real world is, you know, what people are like in the real world, you know, and just educate them so that they know what to expect.
Tell them that there's lots of nasty people out there.
That's it, and that is a reality.
Tell them the truth.
Tell them the truth, so that they know when they get older, it's not a surprise, and they already knew what to expect, and they know how to navigate it accordingly, because they've already been given that advice and given that direction from a young age about how to deal with it, and how to, you know, how to get on with your life, you know, how to survive, you know. So.
Now, personally, right, my schooling was awful. You know, like I went to my first years at school, and the teacher locked me up in the cupboard every day for 2 years, yeah. And when I couldn't wait to get out there, you know. And basically, I couldn't read or write when I left school, you know. And now I'm 56, so I can read and write because I had to teach myself. I taught myself on the computer, yeah, and I'm quite good at it, whatever. Now I look back, right, and I want to put a complaint into the government for violating my human rights, or putting me in the school when I wanted to be in my nan's garden every day playing with the ants and learning about nature, which it distorted my life. Because I feel like if I didn't go to school, I would have been a lot happier, and I would have learned a heck of a lot more than I did going there, because I couldn't read or write. So it's a complete waste of time to me, that school. Being locked up in the cupboard, how cruel is that? Do you know what I mean? Alright, that's cruel, it's nasty.
Yeah.
You know, and I think most of these schools out there, they're nasty. They're built up by nasty, narcissistic people, basically.
Yeah, narcissistic people.
You know, like people that want control, full control over your children, you know. and they put them in these institutes, right?
Well, it's
And
the
I
same
know
thing.
it sounds nice that they're all in school playing and all that, and but it's an institution,
Exactly.
and your children are no longer yours.
Well, it's not only
Almost.
educating them, but preparing them for the working world.
Yeah,
So the 9 to 5, the Monday to Friday, going to school from a certain
jobs,
time. Yeah,
or
like
war.
like
Go to war.
it's teaching them about getting up and going to school every day. Because that's a slow integration into what the working life is like. Having to get up Monday to Friday, if that's the case, and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all an indoctrination.
It really is. Like I say, if philosophy, was in schools, everyone today would have been more intelligent. Right, think about that one, yeah? Everyone would have been more intelligent today, yeah? And everyone being more intelligent, understanding more, right? And understanding emotional intelligence, success, all these kind of things, yeah? Everyone would be a lot happier today, right? And people wouldn't be so greedy today. People would have an understanding of each other a little bit more, There's a lot of anger in this world because they are not educated with philosophy. Simple. Simple. Right, I feel like I could go into a classroom with 30 kids and teach them so much in one day. So much, and give them a good time. Right, because when I'm with children, right, I really am, I try to be magical with them, so I'm giving them magical time.
Yeah.
And that's when they learn a lot, I think, and it's no good sitting them all down in a big classroom and telling them that's this and that and telling them what to do, and telling them what to do, and you've got to sit here and do some lines. I mean, lines, how are you boys at? Do 50 lines, right, that kid doing lines, all right, whatever, at the age of 10, all right, could be using his imagination. Instead he's doing lines, being punished for being alive, being on this planet, being a little boy. What's going on there? I can't. I say, when I was at school, every school really, there's fights going on, bullying, whatever. And then I used to get into the odd fight, and they used to sort of like drag me up to the headmasters. Then they'd give me 50, 500,000 lines. I'd sit there like 10 hours all day and crying because I wanted to play in the garden, And they punished me, and I can't remember what I was going to say now. And then so not allowed to fight at schools. No, naughty boy, bend over, let's smack your bum, Then as soon as you leave school, get the army, join the army, go and kill in another country. It's okay to kill.
It's okay for you to be your whole life you're trying to be a good person, good citizen, etc. At 16 years old, they come and tell you, okay, let's train you to be a killing machine. 16, 18 years old, let's train you to be a killing machine, so you can go out here and legally murder people for the government. Legally murder people for the government. And
it's like a hitman.
And face no repercussions for it because you're doing it in the name of the government, carrying out orders. You're just a Manchurian candidate, as they would say. So
Personally, I sort of like think. Well, my granddad, he went through 2 wars, whatever, I respect whatever everyone's fighting, trying to be a hero, being in war, whatever, But my problem is, I love ants, you see, and I wish that, I'm at war with every man, basically, right? Because they keep, their tanks keep going over the ants and they care in kind of way, And so I'm at war with all the men, every man in this world, to save the ants. I ain't got no gun there, that's probably right. So I'm at war with all these men.
Your slogan should be God save the ants.
That's right, We can save the ants, right?
We can save the ants together.
Yeah.
We can band together and save the ants together. Just be clever. We can do it together. God save the ants.
I wonder I wonder if ants have got emotions though. You know, like do they cry? You know, like.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
But they are a highly organised.
Let's put it this way: there are more intelligent.
How do you classify an ant? You classify it as an insect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ant is a highly classified insect.
I think
because they have a structure, as we all know. They build colonies.
Yeah.
They all do shit. They all work together. They all carry food in and out. You know what I mean? For everyone to eat. They have a system.
Yeah.
Even though they're ants, they have a system. If you see what I mean. No, but they do.
Yeah,
Don't they?
They do.
They build colonies. They do all this shit to maintain survival, so that they can eat and they can breed and grow and expand and try to survive.
But the thing
like
is,
everything else on planet Earth, it's trying to survive, including the human race. We are the thing that's trying to survive the most because we're fucking up all the shit. You know what I mean? And self-destructive human beings.
If you have a look at ants, yeah, a big nest of ants, right?
Yeah.
They work together.
Mm.
They don't, you know, and they don't fight each other.
I've seen ants fight.
No.
I've seen some ants fight together before, mate.
No, yeah, but ants will fight another.
I saw one ant fuck another ant.
But you're talking about a foreign ant, you know. Like
one of these ants stung the other ant, and the ant was just like, you know what I mean, just went into shock mode. You know what I mean, he got hit by lightning. He was out of there. You know what I mean. He got a right hook, and it was night. You know what I mean. Referee counted 10 about 5 times before he could recover.
Yeah, but like ants.
TKO.
Ants work in. They're very compassionate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walk around. I mean, I used to.
I've seen some ants fight over food before. That was some funny shit. As a kid, I remember watching some ants fighting over food. That's kind of funny.
But no, ants are more in a funny way. They work together are better than humans.
As a team
than humans. Do you understand me?
Highly organised.
They're more intelligent in a funny way, you know, where they're not. They haven't got job centres here.
They're almost. I look at ants kind of like soldiers, in a way. You see what I mean? They just go out every day, work together, gather food together, bring it all back together. It's like they march. You see what I mean? It's like they all march off together, get the food, break it down together. You know, break it down into little pieces.
They're very positive, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're not negative.
They're go-getters. You know what I mean?
Do you ever get a depressed ant? You know, you don't see sort of like ants laying down being lazy.
Yeah,
do you?
The ant is a go-getter.
Do you get like bipolar ants and you know, like they've got mental health?
Sorry. Let's not make fun of. We're not making fun of mental health. We're just joking here, people. But
that's another thing to talk about.
Can you imagine having a schizophrenic ant, like you said, you know, or bipolar ant? You know?
Split personality. And,
like humans. We've got so many. There's so many things that go wrong with human beings. So we've got so many things that can go wrong with us physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, etc.
And then you got a little doctor.
It makes you wonder if other things can you know.
Can you imagine ants being like I say? In that they got doctors, right, and you got sick ants going to the doctor, right?
And you got the nurse ant,
and then the doctors
saying, take your vaccine now.
Take some medication now, and lay on this bed, you know, all this. Can you imagine ants?
The ant wears a little red hat with a cross on it. A little red hat with a cross on it, you know what I mean? Comes in.
Like, can you imagine ants being just like us? They like just building churches and everything, and you know, building football stadiums, you know, and making airplanes, little roads, and all this, you know.
Yeah, Ant World.
Ant
World, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we've got to go back to emotional intelligence, mate. Before we.
Well, that was
That was.
I was talking about ants having emotions. That's all, you know. Like it would be funny if they did, you know. If they did cry. You know, elephants cry. I know that. You know.
Yeah, there are some things that do cry. You're right.
Well, a lot of animals do.
Yeah.
You know, they get sad. You know.
Yeah, they do.
Even
they mourn and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you put a dog in a cage, you know, it's not going to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, for a long time that is. It won't be minded for a little while, I suppose, but
definitely.
It will. it will withdraw the imagination. That dog needs to be in nature, right, where it's going to be happy, and basically what we're talking about, nature, how it heals you, yeah, when you go into it. It does the same to the dog. It's no good staying, keeping a dog in all day. It needs to get out too.
Yeah.
To be happy. A dog needs to be happy too, do you know what I mean? Everything does.
Yeah.
And if you lock up a cat up all day, all week, say, it's going to start getting unhappy.
Yeah.
So I think, like, animals have definitely got emotions, not as strong as ours, but they have got happiness, anger.
Yeah.
Like cats can get quite angry, can they? Dogs do too, don't they?
Yeah.
But I don't think I've never heard a cat laugh. But they do get happy. They purr, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They get very happy sometimes, and you can hear when a cat's happy, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you can hear a dog being happy though, but you can definitely hear a cat being happy.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting, really. Cats have got this purring sound that they make only when they're happy.
Yeah.
What is that? Why have they got that? Why have they got that little box there that sort of rattles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why have they got that? Why haven't we got
And
it?
sometimes it's loud too. It's quite funny.
Can you imagine?
I'm glad I don't have cats anymore, mate. But I used to like. Don't get me wrong, I used to like my cats, but I'm glad I don't have cats anymore, mate.
But I meant if you had the power box, like when you get happy, humans start going.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
I'm glad we don't have that though. I think sometimes.
I love that.
I think sometimes the unknown factor is great. Sometimes it's nice for people not to know what you're thinking or what you're feeling, if you see what I mean.
I think this world should be more transparent.
Yeah, I think people should have the right to have, what's the word I'm looking for?
Privacy?
Privacy, that's it, bang on, that's it. Privacy. I think we should be all entitled to that,
Well, we all got our private imagination, It's like me, I've got all my memories, and I can keep them private if I want.
Yeah.
Or we share them.
We've all got shit. We've all got
that's
stuff in our life
private.
that we just want to keep to ourselves and not divulge to anyone else or you know what I mean? Like there's some
Yeah.
Even people who are like can be a complete open book. Sometimes even these people, they have stuff they choose to leave out, to omit or leave out the conversation because people don't always want to share every last intimate detail of themselves. Sometimes people like to have that privacy of not having people in your business and shit. Sometimes it's nice for people not to know who you are or what's going on in your life because sometimes people you don't wish you any good anyway or you don't so I try to stay low key, if you see what I mean, when it comes to what I've got going on in my life and what I'm doing and moves that I'm making and me and my family and my wife and my kids. And there's only certain people that I talk to about it or divulge certain information about those things too, if you see what I mean. Only people that I love and I trust and got respect for.
Very nice, because sometimes you tell me, don't you?
No, for sure, yeah. So certain people
I'm not trying to person.
I'm quite happy to divulge people that I truly trust. Not people that I can trust 100% without a shadow of a doubt. That's very, very few people, of course.
I'm one of them, aren't I?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But there's most shit is better to keep to yourself. And just get on with your life and figure it out yourself and try your best to progress at all times. No matter what obstacle comes your way, just keep moving. Try to find some way to overcome it and keep going. Stay strong.
What emotions are there really? What are the emotions?
There's so many you can name. You can name love, fear, anger, hate, anxiety.
But that's not nothing to do with it. That's because you're, that's because you're fearing or something, or worried or something. Anxiety. You're not enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't I wouldn't class that as an emotion.
Mm.
I just class that as a feeling.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
feeling.
that's a feeling. Yeah.
Right, but like
Yeah.
I think with these emotions, right, you got hate.
Yeah.
And you got love.
Mm.
You got fear. You got bravery. You know, I'm just looking at these different, and there's not many of them really.
What I mean, courage, yeah.
Courage, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's more like it. You know,
Mm.
but there's not really many emotions. You know, you got happiness and sadness.
Yeah, there's not many.
You know?
Most things come under the umbrella of those things.
That's it, negative and positive, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, I like to live in the middle, really. I don't really, you know, sometimes I mean, obviously I love to be happy, but I think nature is sort of in the middle in a kind of way, you know, and it's, you know, it's harmony between both.
Mm.
I think, I don't know if I'm getting too tired or what.
Yeah. Anyway, mate, anything else you want to say before we call it a night for this week's episode?
Just try to enjoy life and be that, you know, enjoying life, enjoying the moment is being emotional intelligent.
That's it. Yeah.
Snap on, yeah.
Huh?
Is that right?
Yeah, I think, I think all it is about being in tune with yourself, getting to know yourself, understanding yourself, and
relaxing,
learning to be in control of yourself in all aspects, yeah? Learn to be in control of your thoughts, your actions, your words, your etc. It takes time, takes a lot of application, it's a journey, but it's worth it. Learn to master yourself, yeah? Because emotional intelligence is so important, you know? You don't want to respond to something in a negative way because you were being impulsive or didn't think about it beforehand and do something that you'll regret, that will, you know what I mean, end up, causing you a lot of problems in the future, you know what I mean, in whatever way, you know? So yeah, just think about what you do, think about your actions, and yeah, try to make the best decisions possible for yourself and your loved ones and your future and your goals and your aspirations and all that type of shit, you know? Just try to make the best decisions for yourself in life, so hopefully that, hopefully you can manifest what you want in your life, manifest the life that you want, if you see what I mean.
So if you want a beautiful garden, you know, with the most beautiful garden in the world, you know, it's not going to take a day to do.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time, you know.
It's going to take time to make it beautiful, and to get it right.
You know, so I personally look at my own imagination as my own garden. You know, it's up to me. I can paint it black if I want.
Yeah.
You know, or, you know, I can change the scenery in there now. You know, I can sort of put green trees in there or yellow trees if I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful garden. Your imagination, it really is. It's a very powerful place. You know, and like it's got all your anger in there as well and whatever and happiness and. You know, anyone can give up being sad right now and smile.
Yeah.
Just forget about it all. Just forget and just start again.
Yeah.
You can do it.
It's true.
You know, then once you
gotta make that decision to change your life.
Yeah.
You know.
And once you start being positive, alright, like pretend that I've been depressed for like 5 years now, right? But I decided right now I'm going to make an effort, you know, because, you know, I want to start living this, no good, whatever, yeah. And I start getting up, start being positive for one whole day.
Yeah.
Right, then when I wake up tomorrow, at least I've had a better day to remember than the days before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I mean, yeah? At least I've got one good memory out of all these, you know, do you know what I mean? You've made yourself an effort and you've given yourself some good memories, and it's up to you what you do in the day in a kind of way to, you know, make that memory.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to you where you choose to go in a kind of way sometimes. You know, sometimes it's not, I know, because you've got to, you know, earn your living and do your jobs and things, you know.
Your responsibilities.
But you do get your free moments, and it's up to you to
gotta handle your shit.
make sure those are beautiful, mate. Just relax and enjoy life, you know, because that's it. You know, that's what I'm going to try and do in the future anyway.
That's it.
You know, like I honestly, I don't think anyone's life goes the way they want it to.
Not that no one's life ever goes according
so.
completely to their plan.
And like,
you see what I mean?
And like I say, schools are absolutely diabolical. They should have philosophy in it.
There's speed bumps in the road, but that doesn't mean that you should stop.
No, but you know.
I like that. You get that?
Yeah.
There's speed bumps in the road, but that doesn't mean that you should stop. I had to repeat that for the people in the back. Yeah.
You know, but like I say, if we were all educated in this world, it would be a far better world. Wouldn't you agree, anyone? You know, do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. You know? And yeah, you know, children would be more emotional intelligence when they left school. What about that? Do you know what I mean? How amazing is that?
Yeah, that's it. You know, it would benefit
everyone.
It would benefit society as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, because kids would be more educated from a younger age about how to conduct themselves.
You know, we're all one.
As a human being.
We're all one, you know?
If you see what I mean. How to treat others with love and respect and kindness and understanding and patience and etc. You know what I mean? You know? So yeah, the world will be a better place, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode. Obviously this week's episode was based around emotional intelligence. We did divert, of course, off the subject here and there occasionally, as we always kind of do anyway. But yeah, we hope you guys liked this week's episode, and we just want to say thank you again for tuning in to the Philosophy Podcast. And like we said, if you like the content, please share it, guys, and please like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned for another episode next week. We'll be back again with another episode for your guys' viewing pleasure next week. I'm not sure what day right now, or what we're going to be talking about, but we'll be back again here next week together, and we'll be bringing new content again to you guys. Yeah, another episode talking about different topics, random shit, all kind of different type of subject matter. But yeah, it's raw and uncut and live and direct. Yeah. And we'll be back again next week, guys. Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you for staying to the end of this episode. Thank you for all the love and the support. We'll be back again next week. Good night. God bless. Stay safe. Be positive. Be happy. Stay focused. Live your life.
And be emotional intelligent.
And be emotional intelligent.
What good ending is that?
Bang! Good night.